What a beautiful day.
Isn't this
Good heck.
This neighborhood.
It's fall, and so we're not going to be able to do this for too much longer before the snow set in.
Yeah,
and
then it really
being
will.
Utah, it's going to go from this to snow up to here later this afternoon.
Yeah, you'd think so.
But in the meantime, we're just enjoying. And we're actually heading to a model competition, the IPMS Fall Show.
Wow.
And then we're going to go over to Garage Mahal and do some tweaking over there. And in Garage Mahal, when we were organizing and figuring things out, Bat Fink.
He just shows up.
He just shows up. I mean, there he was in a box.
In a box. You handed me this box. He said, "Be careful with it." And I'm like,
yeah, and I'm going,
and then you're smiling, and so I start pulling things out to see what was in there. And then Bat Fink, I'm going, "Oh, he's cute. He's coming home." I set him on the shelf.
And I thought he'd been stolen 20 years earlier, and I didn't even realize he was in the box that I was handing
living
you.
in the box for how many
Who
years?
knew? I thought there were wooden shoes in the box.
There were those two.
There's a lot of difference between wooden shoes and Bat Fink. But he was in there with the wooden shoes. I don't know how that happened.
He's been to Holland.
I'm not sure why I have wooden shoes, except, I bought them in Holland.
Sure either.
Anyway, we're taking Bat Fink. We're going to enter him in the IPMS show. And it's really neat if you can win an award in an IPMS show, because these guys are brutal. They're the best modelers that they're in, so that's just really neat.
Yeah.
Even though this is just the local show, the competition is really, my crap. And
I
just,
mean, they're serious about these things.
holy cow, they're serious, like a heart attack is serious.
No
So
kidding.
this is going to be neat. IPMS Fall Show in Salt Lake City. So here we see the aforementioned Bat Fink on his little shelf that he resides on here in the office/editing room at our home. Right after the first Batman movie came out, the Tim Burton movie, Scale Auto Enthusiast had a contest to see who could come up with the coolest Batmobile based on the Batmobile from that movie. This was my variation on the theme. I based the thing on a couple of different kits, including an Ed Roth Mr. Gasser. So I packed the thing up and we're going to take it over to the IPMS show. Now the IPMS guys are principally military modelers, but heck, they welcome any old thing as long as it's a scale model. But I kind of thought they'd get a kick out of Bat Fink. You see, the flames coming out of his tailpipe are out of a jet kit, so I'm technically calling that a military model, sort of. Now, while Bat Fink is based on an automobile, he's really more of a figure, so I entered him as a figure. Note the Mr. Gasser in the background here. That's the figure that I started with. The contest attracted people from all over the region here. It was really, really robust. Saw some people from as far away as New Mexico. The automotive category was huge. Lots and lots of automobiles showed up. It's really neat to see people building a lot of automobiles. Here on the channel, there's a couple of shows on a Salt Lake show called the GSL. It's a really, really amazing contest just for automobiles. Check this out. This is really, really cool. There's a new type of model running around out there, the quarter scale motorcycle. And they're really expensive, but good heck are they cool. It's really difficult to judge a contest like this. The guys judging automobiles here are all automotive modelers so that they can really get that right. Back in the 60s, when there was so much modeling being done, it was really a national phenomenon. It makes sense that there was a lot of spaceships being modeled because it was also the space race. But these days, you see a lot of these phantasmic sort of transformer-looking contraptions as well. And the majority of figures are not rat finks and that sort of thing. Mostly they're historical figures. just absolutely amazing, amazing historical figures. Now this fellow here is a superhero. He beat Bat Fink. He got first place in that category. But as you can see, the judges did give Fink a really good look over. Now, as I mentioned earlier, most of the people at the IPMS model military subjects, ships, armor, aircraft, lots and lots and lots of aircraft. And the level of detail that they bring to these models is just phenomenal. I mean, it just blows my mind completely what these guys are doing. Here they are placing these medallions next to the models. That's how you find out if you won your category or not. The top 3 models each receive a medallion for second and third place. I always really liked these contraptions even before one popped up in Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Now, the largest category by far is aircraft, and it's actually a whole bunch of categories. There was a junior category in aircraft as well, and even a scratch-built model in the aircraft category. Now there are junior categories in all of the various divisions. The competition in junior aircraft was incredibly robust. Always nice to see young people modeling because Well, they are the future of the hobby, right? Now here we have one of the local YouTubers and a subscriber here on the channel. Do check out his channel. It's called Target Ghost. Now, scale guy Al Badham always enters this show with some kind of railroad car. Here is his entry this year, this bunk car. Holy crap. Now here's one of the smallest categories here at the show, ships. But just because the category was small doesn't mean the competition wasn't incredibly large. These ships were some of the best models here at the show. As a matter of fact, the best in show went to this model, the Prince of Wales. You really had to get your nose right down in there and check it out. And the closer you got, the more the detail revealed itself. It is just an absolutely amazing, amazing model. The scale here is 144th. That's pretty darn small. And yet the details are there. You need a magnifying glass. Literally, you need a magnifying glass to really see them and appreciate them. But it's there. It just keeps revealing levels upon levels upon levels of detail as you get in closer. Okay, typically you don't get to drive your entry home at the end of a scale model competition, but in this particular case, the builder of this thing drove it out to his car at the end of the show. Well, that was a heck of a fine show. Wasn't that neat?
So neat.
God, just amazing. That ship that won Best of Show, just
Yeah, somebody put shrink juice on a live ship is what they did.
Jeez, I didn't realize those were real people on the deck, and it's like,
yeah, they were actually.
You got to get out, literally got to get out a magnifying glass and look, and you go, no, those are human figures, actually. First, they just sort of looked like little plastic knobs. No,
get the magnifying glass. No, they have eyes.
Those are, and they're even really well done.
Yes.
So we're heading over to Garage Mahal.
Yes.
Since unfortunately, Bat Fink only came in second.
Isn't that awful? I mean, I
expect the competition to be robust,
right.
But come on, second. So this means that we have to turn up the volume on our modeling. We have to get better and better and better at modeling. And that means that we're going to go over to Garage Mahal now and practice. We actually haven't built any models over there just yet because we're still organizing and setting up and getting everything working. Not the least of which is the casting equipment, which I like to refer to as the steampunk 3D copy machine. Because it's really sort of steampunk.
It is.
It's really a 3D copy machine.
It's also really big.
It's big and it uses a lot of electricity. I had a guy come over, I want you to hook up the gas, and he's looking at this thing and he's going, this runs on gas?
Not that kind of gas.
What about the two 220 circuits that are, 20 amp 220 circuit? Wow, it uses electricity too.
Yes, it's a little bit of electricity. Yeah.
It's a big and complicated and nifty looking machine.
It is.
But it also has to melt metal, so that's what the gas is used for. No, that's the gas. The 220 is just used to spin motors and stuff. Because it has some really big motors in it too.
No kidding.
Good grief! But it's going to be really fun. And that's going to be an upcoming show. We're going to, unless it kills me when I turn it on, it's always that possibility. So we're not planning on that. I've only been shocked by it once so far, and it was a small.
His hair will be.
I should not have stuck my finger in the light socket, but I was wondering if it was on. And it was. Yeah.
His pacemaker lit up.
Yeah, pacemaker went into the reset mode.
Yeah.
which is good because it's always good to reboot a computer period. Anyway, I digress. If you have not subscribed to the channel, you do want to subscribe to the channel and go over to the channel and look at fun stuff. And there's a whole bunch. There's like 160 movies over there.
Like that now, yeah.
Watch all these fun movies.
Oh,
and other IPMS shows and other model competitions and railroads and airplanes and the guy that likes to blow stuff up, you know. Just there's that's an interesting hobby, blowing crap up.
Right.
And a tree house. There's just fun stuff. So go and subscribe. You want to subscribe by clicking on the blue button, which is Zoink, appearing right now. Blue button, click on that, takes you to the channel, makes you a subscriber, and you do want to be a subscriber because of the huge benefits. It's okay, there are not that many benefits, but you get notified when we upload a movie every Sunday, and well, that's every Sunday, so that isn't that important of a notification. Bottom line is it's bragging rights, okay? It's bragging rights. Click on that blue button right there.
There you go.
Well, we're not sure how you found this movie on the internet. We hope you didn't find it boring. And we'll see you here again in 1 week with some more significant and massive screwing around, probably at Garage Mahal.
Absolutely.
See you then. Bye-bye.